Alright, I'm just gonna go over how the project is set up. So here's it goes. So here's a content, debugging content. There's just some examples in here for you, and that's how you turn them on and off. But here's the Canon system. So I'm gonna click play. So I can rotate up and down, and there's a limit to how much you can rotate up and down, and then of course you can rotate left and right and shoot. So as you see in the content I have Canon system I've shared, I have this empty game mode. So there's like no character or anything, no spectator pawn. This allows it so you can to stay in place and use the WADs and joystick to move around. So I added a camera actor, and then I set it to player 0, and then make sure this aspect ratio is ticked off to get the right aspect ratio. Okay. Then I'm gonna show in Blender how you're supposed to set all this up. So as you can see, you have to do individual objects, and it has to be facing forward for Unreal, so it's forward towards the x-axis, positive. And then I export them all individually. If it's right, it's going to be facing that way, not Unreal. Okay, so then I created this material for it, just a white one. So here's your despawn. I didn't change anything there. So here I added a scene component. So that's the root. This is very lightweight. This is the most simple you can have. Then I put the static mesh under it. So the scene scale is 1:1:1, and then the static mesh here is where you scale it. I hope that makes sense. So that's how you scale your cannonball. Then we're gonna go into the cannonball system. So make sure it's facing that direction. Make sure it's right. So as you can see, the pivots around the center. It's not perfect. I didn't make it perfect in Blender, but it's pretty much there. Then you have the spawn point here, and then of course you have I'm just showing you can rotate it, and whatever, you probably know is the spawn point follows. You see the red arrow, it's pointing forward, so that's how you know which way to shoot. So you have put that under the head, and the spawn points is another scene component. It's a simple, and then I use the scene component as root. So I have some variables here. So yeah, I got my shoot force, my shoot time interval, and my shoot time previous. So here's the player input. It's as you can see, it's much cleaner, and you don't have to do that on begin stuff. So you got your sequence. Sorry, I gotta back. Let's see if this works. Alright, sorry about that. So I just made them both a spacebar. It's only gonna fire once. I don't have a gamepad to test it on. I know it works though. So I got my get input key down. That's called an unshoot event, and then this is what rotates it. So I get, oh my god. Let me go a little back. So I got get left axis input. That's part of my input system, and that gets your left joystick and your WADs. Then I call my rotate yaw and rotate. I actually renamed this in the project, so it would be rotate pitch. But yeah, it's rotate pitch instead of roll. I did fix that for the uploaded files. And here, so some of these, this might be a little different in a version I send you, but it's pretty much the same. This is a horizontal rotation, so it's basically what you're doing before. And then for the vertical rotation, you'll see I get the head rotation. I have to rotate the head for this. I add a rotation and I clamp it. I use clamp so I want to be between -45 and 45 at most. And then I set relative rotation. So I get it, then I modify it, then I set it. So this is the on-shoot event. So so here you got your get times, game time in seconds. So you get your current time, and you get your shoot time previous minus those two, and then you make absolute value. So you want to make sure it's positive. Oops. Oh no. I'm so sorry. Not right now. Sorry. So make sure that's true. If it's true, get times in seconds. You just want to set the new time previous to that. And then this is how you were doing your spawn, basically. But it's simpler. You just get your spawn point, get its location, and spawn transform location. So yeah, that's basically how you're doing it. You don't need to pass no rotation or anything. And the scale is 1. And then here is where you shoot it in the direction you want. So you get the forward vector of the head, or you can use a spawn point. Doesn't matter. And then you use your shoot force. I times it by 100, so the variable is smaller for the designer. Simpler for that way, cleaner. I times the direction by the force, and then I add an impulse in that direction. Plus, because that vector is a direction and a length, so the length is the force. So, yep, that's basically everything.